Afade Guam, and welcome back to Fiesta Friday. Now here, of course, at KUAM, we are always proud to promote the very exciting talent of our local artist. And tonight, joining me in the Harmon Studios is the author of An Ocean in a Cup, Mr. Stephen Tenorio Jr., a man who has many, many accomplishments, but doing great things for the island and, done a lot of good things for himself. So we'll talk about that. Stephen, Afade, and thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so before we get into the book, tell us about yourself, because you are somewhat of a modern-day Renaissance man. You are an attorney, you're an artist and everything. Tell us about exactly all of your interests, if you can even consolidate
down to 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
First, initially where this all kind of came from was I never finished high school. I actually got my GED. And then I took time out to get my adult high school diploma. But during that time, I started getting interested in writing short stories. When I became a high school teacher, I started to realize that there wasn't any type of literature out there, at least in the novel, that kind of talked about Guam or the Marianas the way Hemingway did or the way Faulkner did. So I tried very hard during that time to start writing like them, and it was a very poor effort on my part, and this was 10 years ago. So during that 10-year span, you're right, I did a lot of things. I ended up joining the Army. I became a JAG officer. I went to law school. I received my master's in education. And then in between all that, to get over writer's block, I painted. So I started to oil paint. Kind of scared my mom because she never saw me oil paint before. So I just started painting, and she was, "Is there something wrong with you?" I said, "No." But when the painting started coming out, she was like, "Oh, okay." So a friend of mine, a psychologist, tried to explain it. And I said, "No, don't explain it. I'm okay. I needed to get over writer's block, and that's fine." But that's pretty much it. In a nutshell, yeah, that's the best I can do for 10 years.
That's pretty indicative of the strength of the human spirit,
right?
Like not letting anybody hold you back. So congratulations to you. That's a testament of your character. So
thanks.
Outstanding. Okay,
Thanks.
So as for the book, An Ocean in a Cup, here it is right now. It's beautifully, at least the cover art is wonderfully illustrated. The principal character is Tomas.
That's correct.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about the premise of the plot of the story, and then about Tomas himself.
Okay, so first off, just so everyone's understanding, this type of book has been explained to me. I didn't know what type of book I wrote until some of the professors explained it later. It's called interpretive fiction. So unlike John Grisham and Stephen King, which is kind of fast-moving, the spy novels, this is not. This is a slow-moving. It's like molasses. It's going to take some time for you to get through it, because like my seasoned readers, they talk about James Joyce and Faulkner, and they talk about how you have to sit down and go through the material, reflect, absorb it. Now that's the type of dynamic we have with this. So there's multi-layers in the book, meaning you, me, and 3-4 other people can read the book and have different interpretations, but we'll get the gist of the story. The gist of the story is about a guy named Tomas. He's a guy that can do many things. He's a multilinguist, and I created him to be a multilinguist so he can talk to all the different personalities and ethnicities during this time period. He is haunted by these really dark episodes. So in the book, and you see it a lot in a lot of movies, where you're wondering if it's supernatural or is it psychological. Mm-hmm. So we have that dynamic on Guam. I worked in the mental health industry as a lawyer assisting people with mental health issues, and what I found out is that there's that interplay that exists here. So I had already started that several years ago, but when I came back to Guam, I started to tweak it and redevelop it. But that's what's happening to Tomas. He's someone who suffers from some type of dark episodes, presumably from the duendes in this case. Mm-hmm. But when you read the book, and for people who are savvy in psychology, you're going to turn around and say, whoa, whoa, whoa. I mean, this is very indicative of this mental health issue or that mental health issue. So the psychology starts to bear itself out, and then the readers kind of brought in between that dynamic, and they try to understand and digest what's going on.
Now, you were saying just moments ago that somebody actually told you exactly they categorized or they classified the book afterwards. Do you feel as an author, just having that creative freedom, not trying to pigeonhole your book going into it, did that make it easier for you to develop characters and tell a story, and that not trying to work within a vacuum almost? Or?
Yeah, well, it's kind of funny. I told somebody, I'm not going to lie, I'm a big fan of Ernest Hemingway and F. Scott Fitzgerald and a lot of those modern writers of.
Learn from the best.
Steinbeck, yeah. So in fact, the way I use Chamorro words, there's 84 Chamorro words in here, and I'm not very inventive with respect to utilizing different types of languages, because sometimes it's a difficult craft to include that. If your book is going to be mostly English, trying to incorporate other languages outside English, it's a craft. but I tried to duplicate what Ernest Hemingway did. So I tried to take 84 words, and I didn't say I'm going to pick 84. There was 84 more words I used throughout the book. So when you're talking about working in a vacuum, I was working towards that modern type of novel, and I tried to create this plane that I could put someone in and fly them off to this beautiful fictitious world in the Marianas. But I think I created a submarine instead, and it brought them down to still waters, because what's happening is you don't have that fast-moving escapist type of literature. Somehow I did the complete opposite in what I tried to do. So I think that's the irony, is you're right. I wanted that type of freedom to create this book that was indicative of the classics, but I think I did the opposite, and I did something that was more postmodern.
Okay. Now, unfortunately, we're running out of time. I would love to sit here, for the rest of the episode and talk to you about this, but where can people find this book, and where can they avail of your art? So,
there's a Facebook website at Ocean in a Cup, but other than that, Bestseller has it. Amazon has it. It's on Kindle. It's on Kindle format. So it's been on Kindle format for 2 months, and I have a friend who downloaded it in his iPad, and he was showing it to me. So I don't know how to do that. I just know he downloaded it down to his iPad, and it's also available at the University of Guam. So pretty much, if they want to get those books, those are the places they want to go.
Okay, well, tell you what, we got to go to a commercial break right now. But thank you so much, Stephen. And
thank you.
A real pleasure to meet you. We're going to go in the back, and we're going to go check out our computer lab and actually download this on our Kindles, and we're going to check it out. All right. So we're going to do that, but stay tuned, because KUM News Extra will continue. More Fiesta Friday ahead.
Sagi Chamorro. Special thanks to the Morale Academy. Visit them on Facebook or call 472-5858.
Who necesita esta maceta? That's right. Ay, ay. Oy.